From Umbrella Entertainment is The Tunnel, and the documentary The Tunnel, The Other Side of Darkness in this set. This is a found footage movie from 2011, and it's framed as a news story. We are talking to a couple of people who are investigating a story in Australia in 2007. There's a water shortage. They're going to tap into millions of litres of water trapped in a network of tunnels in the heart of Sydney. But then all of a sudden the government decide not to do that. And this news crew are kind of investigating why. They start to talk to the homeless people that live within these tunnels and realise that there is something going on in there. People are vanishing. People seem to be terrified. They are definitely afraid to tell what's going on in here.
Trevor, did you know someone who went missing? Trevor, did anything happen to you down there?
But as we meet our characters, we see them talking us through. It's almost framed as if it's after the fact. So we're having people tell us about their excursion into the tunnels and explaining their story. Well, we get to see it as well. But what this does is it takes away the mystery of who's going to survive and who will not. We understand that because we're talking to certain people, they're going to make it through the story. So we know the people we aren't talking to aren't. And it takes away that mystery of, will they get out, will they not? We know these people have survived this event. We know they are still talking about it. It kind of takes the mystery away from this one.
I, at that point, was starting to feel as though there was something not quite right.
And although some of the sequences down within the tunnels are really well done, you get some good tension and suspense, but that's basically down to where they are. It adds an eerie kind of feeling to it. I just feel that this film doesn't give us enough answers. And I know it's leaving this kind of mystery, and sometimes you do want things not to be answered, but I feel as if there's so much unsure about what's going on in the tunnels that I couldn't fully enjoy this adventure. It begins with these well-lit news sequences, and it feels like it's very televisual. The lighting feels a little bit off, it feels a bit too bright, it just doesn't have that cinema, have that exposure to it, which is strange because particularly the opening credits and the closing credits really has this cinematic depth to it. You know, you have the field of vision, you have some nice contrasted images, but through the rest of it all, and it could be excused because it's a news story, it just looks flat. It doesn't really have that cinematic style to it.
What do you have to say? Jonathan, over there.
And the handheld photography does become grating at certain points. Characters do things that are just baffling at moments, and it's one of those frustrating facets of the movie where you're watching characters do something going, why? Why are you doing something like that? There is a particular sequence with the sound recordist who makes an absolutely crazy choice in this one and goes to another room away from his sound equipment, but the person who's then recording the sound picks up on something which I'm not sure how it manages to pick up. There are leaps in logic and suspense that just break the suspense for me, that break the tension, that bring me back to the fact that I'm watching a movie. It pulls me out of the film.
It happened in a split second. I didn't know what it was, mate, but it was quick and it was fucking frightening.
And found footage is something that's easy to kind of draw people into, but when you break the rules of the found footage ideas, yeah, it kind of breaks the movie completely. I wanted to like The Tunnel. I like found footage movies, but I found this to be wanting on a lot of levels. It does come with a whole documentary talking about the making of the film, talking about the impact of it, which, to be honest, I hadn't heard of this one until a few months ago. And again, I think if you're a real fan of the movie, you're going to get something out of it. If you are lukewarm like myself, it just feels like a little bit of a slog, rehashing something where everybody's giving high fives and passing the back, and you're just like, okay, great. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. I know if you've seen it. This seems to be one that's a little bit divisive for people. Some people love it, some people hate it. I myself, I'm in the middle here. I'd love to know where you land on this one. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.